Hey guys, Evan here with Malevolent Gaming. We have got Luis with us. How's it going, man?
Hey, what's up?
So, looks like we have Marincess deck, and you've done a profile on this before, but it was a while ago, right?
Yeah, it was before Chaos Impact. Chaos Impact came out, so we have some new cards that make the deck a lot more competitive now. It's not tier 0, but it's still a really competitive, fun deck to play.
Okay. Yeah, and I know Blue Tang is one of the ones that a lot of people were looking forward to. There's a lot of hype around this card right before Chaos Impact came out, and so you want to just jump into it?
Yeah. I'll show you guys, talk about the deck a little bit for people that are not familiar with it and what it does. And yeah, so anyways, so we'll start with the best card in the deck now. It's Blue Tang. It's the new Secret Rare from the set. This card, when it's normal summon, you can send a Marincess monster from your deck to the graveyard, and whenever it's linked off for a water monster, you can excavate the top 3 cards of your deck, and if you see a Marincess card, you add it to your hand. So it's kind of like Foxy in a way from Solomon Grade, but it's also like an Armageddon Knight for the archetype. Okay. So yeah, this card definitely made the deck a lot better. It makes the deck more consistent. Now you have more Marincess cards, and this card on itself, it's a 1-card combo in a way. You can get pretty much all your pieces, and I'll show you guys the 1-card combo at the end of the video. But, sweet. But yeah, this card definitely made the deck a lot better. It's a really nice card. I really like the art. It's a waifu, so anybody out there. So like I said, this card, yeah, this is definitely you wanna open this card always. This card would always dump your Marincess Seahorse. They're not prismatic, I'm sorry. But, so anyways, this card is really good too. This card's effect, whenever there's a Marincess monster and there's a link marker pointing, you can special summon it to the link marker. So like if you open Blue Tang, you send this guy to the graveyard, you make the link 1, and then you add this back to your hand, and then you special summon it, and then you just combo from there. Okay. So that's why this card's really important now. But before, we only had this card, so this is your only Marincess, like, monsters that you would do. But now you have, this guy, these two together. Like these cards together make a pretty cool board. But yeah, so 3 Seahorse, it's the main stuff from the deck. This is kind of like, I would say, this is kind of like Ray in a way. Like you need it in the deck. It's like it's a must, like see it. Okay. So that's it for those two. And then we have Marincess Mandarin. This is from the new set as well.
What does this guy do?
So this one is it's pretty cool. So with the Blue Tang, you have 2 options. So if you open Blue Tang and you already opened this guy, then you can send this guy to the graveyard. This guy's effect is if you have it in your hand or in the graveyard, and you have 2 of the water Marincess, you can special summon it from either graveyard or hand. But it gets banished when it leaves the field. So it's just like an extender for the deck. It's just like I said, if you open these 2 together, then Mandarin becomes an extender in a way. So you can make like your full like board and like just have a lot of recursion. This deck does have a lot of recursion. Once it gets set up, it's really hard to break the board, and it can just like every turn it can recycle everything. So it's kind of like Solomon Grade in a way. Like it can recycle a lot of the stuff, and it's really fun. So yeah, you only play 2 of this. I mean, it doesn't do anything on its own. It has to be paired up with the other cards. That's why you don't maximize on it. You want to see it, but you don't want to maximize it because it doesn't really do anything on its own. Okay. So that's it for the Marincess monsters. There's only 8 of them. Of course, the first 6 are pretty busted. So now we could jump into the Frog Engine, because we are playing a water deck, and this Frog Engine just synergizes so good with the Marincess stuff. But we have Swap Frog. I mean, if you ever played any like Frog deck, water deck, everybody knows what Swap Frog does. It's just, it's that good. Yeah. It's a really good card. So we have 3, of course, because it's the best one. We only play 2 Dupe Frogs. The reason why we only play 2 is because it's a brick. If you draw it by itself, it doesn't really do much. Of course, you always want to see Swap Frog. That's the one you always want to see. But the reason why you play 2 is because if you open Swap Frog and like one of the Marincess monsters, you'll dump one of the dupes to special summon the Ronin. And then on your opponent's standby phase, you'll special summon the 2nd dupe from the deck. Okay. So that's why you only play 2. You don't play more than 2. I've seen people only play 1, which I can understand, but I think like having the 2nd one for the dupe, the Toad effect during the standby phase is really important. So that's why I only play 2. Okay. And then of course, we're playing a water deck, so we play Ronin Totem. Ronin Totem is a must. It is what it is. I mean, it does what it does, and it's really good at what it does. Pretty standard. Yeah, it's pretty standard. They're extenders. And I'll show you guys another trick about like Marincess stuff that people might not know. But that's it. That's all for the monsters. And then we jump into the Sign-in minings, which is, you know, you can search all your Marincess stuff because they're all cybers, sorry. They're all cybers. So yeah, you just discard anything. Discard a Ronin Totem, discard a Dewfrog, whatever, and then get your Marincess monsters. Like this card, like Blue Tang and Seahorse are that important that you play this card. Like even if you discard one, it doesn't matter. Like,
you have to see them.
You wanna see those cards. So yeah, this card's really like good for the deck. Ash Blossom hurts really bad if you get your sign-in mining ashed. If you get your Blue Tang ashed, it hurts pretty bad. So I feel like Call by the Grave is kind of necessary for the deck. The deck is kind of fragile, so I just want to make sure that if I do see like this goes through because I need that Blue Tang really bad.
Right.
So that's why I play Call by the Grave. And it can be really good too against Orcust if they open like Math Magician, you can just banish the 1 hard 4, or like against Salad, you can banish their Sunlight Wolf and stuff like that. It's pretty good in my opinion. This is the only deck that I would think I will play it in because of that. Like you need your Marincess stuff to go off, your sign-in mining to go off. And if you don't, like you're gonna lose. So I feel like it's a must. Just a little bit of draw power and a little bit more consistency to the deck. 2 Para Desires. I mean, I only play 2, like I said before in my previous videos. I don't play 3 because if I play 1, then it'll draw me 2 more, and this way I'm guaranteed to draw 1 plus any other random card. And then the field spell, it's the one-of. It's kind of like Solomon Grey Sanctuary. You search it off your Link 1, and this card has a pretty cool effect. This one equips Link monsters to your Marincess links, and then it also gives them attack boost, 600 for each one, and plus 200. So sometimes they're like your Mobber Rock can be like 4,500 attack, like really beefy. And if you use one of the Link 2s, which I'll show you guys, it makes your stuff unaffected by card effects. So having a monster that's 4,500 attack unaffected by card effects can be pretty hard to run over.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, so it's searchable. It's only a one-off. You don't play more than 1, and that's it. So now we jump into the traps. I play 3 of the waves. This card's really good. This card's insane to me. I see people only play sometimes 1 or 2, but I want to see this card. Like I really want to see it. There's no way to like search it or dump it or anything, so it kind of sucks. But I really want to see this card, so that's why I maximize it. I maximize on it. For anybody that doesn't know what it does, you can activate it if you control a Marincess Link monster. But then like the rest of the effect depends on what the Link rating is. So if you control Link 2, then you can get a monster on the field and your stuff is unaffected by card effects. If you control Link 3 or higher, you can activate this card from your hand. Okay. So it's kind of like an infinite impermanence that gives all your stuff equal booster, and then it negates a monster on the field. So
that sounds really
it's really good. Like I said, you want to see this card. Like once you get it in circulation, you'll just recycle it over and over. But I want to see it. That's the thing. I want to see it. Like if I draw multiples, it is what it is. But I just want to see it. That's why I play 3. So that's it for that. And then I play, of course, Infinite Impermanence because it's Infinite Impermanence.
Yes.
Play 3F. This is the only hand trap I play in the deck. I don't play hand traps in this deck, so this is the only hand trap that I play, and it's because it's a hand trap and it's a trap card, which synergizes with the deck. I also play the Best Solemn. The reason why I play this one and not like maybe Judgment or like Warning is because this one you can play going second as well. Like if you go second and you're playing an established board, if they have like a Savage Dragon or something, you can strike it and then negate the effect and then possibly break the board. Right. But I mean, it's self-explanatory. Solemn Strike. It's a pretty good card. And then I go into the Paleo Trap card. So this is a Marincess Frog deck that also plays Paleo Trap cards. So it's like a full water deck. In my opinion, this is the best one. Book of Moon. I mean, Book of Moon is a 1 for a reason. This one does the same thing, and you can also recur it from the graveyard and make your like links or you know XYZ into the Paleozoic link XYZs. But yeah, it's Book of Moon. I mean, if you do it right, you can like stun your opponent by Book of Mooning one of the monsters. It doesn't go to the graveyard. It's face down. You can't link it off. You can't synchro. You can't do nothing with it.
Right. So I know we're gonna get some questions in the comment section. I know one of them is gonna be, is this card good against Gladiator Beasts?
It's pretty good, yeah. Especially if they go Instant Fusion and they put a monster in the extra monster zone and you Book of Moon it, they pretty much end their turn.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're playing Glad Beast, be very careful against this card.
Yeah, this card's pretty good. I know it sucks. It doesn't Book of Moon link monsters, but I made a commitment to hoping to win dice rolls every time. That's why I'm deciding to go like going first cards. Right. And so if I do win the dice roll, I want to have as many going first cards as I can so I can win game ones. And then like Book of Mooning something like if they open like Math Magician, they send a Hard Porter, and they set like Nightmare, you just book a Moon it, and that's pretty much the end of their turn.
Okay.
Because they can't link it off or anything.
Right.
So I played 3 of that. I only played 2 of the Dynamiscus. It's really good, but sometimes like you do come into the you have a problem with not having enough cards in hand to discard.
Okay.
So sometimes you don't have cards to discard, and you can't really like trigger it. So
Right.
that's why I only play 2 of it. But it's really good at what it does.
Yeah.
But only 2 of it. And then I play 2 of the Olenoides, the MST. That's all it is. It's just MST, but it's more normal traps that you can trigger from the graveyard. They can bring each other back, and then these cards also trigger off if your opponent activates a trap card. So if you're playing against Solomon Great and they activate Rage, you can trigger these in the graveyard and then bring them back.
Okay.
So
that's good to know for people who aren't aware of that.
Yeah, so that's it. I only play 40 cards. I want to make the deck pretty consistent, so I kept to the Sweet 40, and so that's my main deck. Show you guys the extra deck. Link 1, Blue Slug. This one's really good in my opinion. I think it's probably one of the best ones. Whenever it's Link Summon, you can add back a Marincess monster from the graveyard. That's why I was telling you guys, Blue Tang is a 1-card combo, because you send a Seahorse, and then this guy gets you back the Seahorse, and then you special summon the Seahorse to its Link marker, and then you link off, and then yeah, it's pretty good. So I only play 2 of it. You don't need more than 2, because also you can also recycle these cards, and I'll show you guys how you can recycle like your whole engine pretty much.
Okay.
I play one of the of her. She's like the Solomon Great Balinks. When she's Link Summon, you can search the field spell. And I know I've already told you guys what the field spell does, but that's all it is. You just Link Summon, search the field spell, and that's it.
Pretty solid though.
Yeah, that's a one-off. I played 2 Coral. I've seen people play 3, and if you have the space to play 3, that's fine. I only play 2. I don't think I need more than 2 because, like I said, you can recycle these cards. So
Right.
I don't see myself ever needing to play more than 2. But anyway, so when this one, during the main phase, you can special summon a water monster from the graveyard that has 1500 attack or less to its link marker. So you can bring back like Swafrog, trigger up Swafrog, bring back one of the Marincess, like whatever you want, and then just link climb. And then whenever she's sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add back a Marincess card from the graveyard to your hand.
Okay.
So you can like recycle like your Wave, you can recycle your Seahorse, your Blue Tang, or even these monsters. Like if you need to put one in the extra deck, you can just recycle these. So
Okay.
yeah, this is the that's the best one. But
A lot of utility there.
yeah, but I only play that 2. I don't think I need more than 2. And then this one is from the new set. So the combo with this one is if you use this with a field spell up to make any link monster, whatever you use to link summon, that monster is unaffected by card effects.
Oh, okay.
So if you have the field spell and you make this guy and then you link off with this into whatever, then it's unaffected by card effects. So
Is that permanent?
it's not permanent. If you blow up the field spell, the effect goes away.
Okay.
So, but I'll show you guys a combo and explain it to you. But yeah, that's the only reason you play this card. And then I play 2 of the Link 3, Marble Rock. This one during the main phase, you can add back a Marincess card from the graveyard to your hand, and then you can discard a Marincess card from your hand to end that battle phase. So it's kind of like I said, when you pair it up with this and the field spell, it's pretty much like a Towers that ends the battle phase.
Right.
And then you just keep recurring your stuff back over and over. So it's really strong in my opinion.
Yeah.
Only 2 of it. You don't need more than. You can play 1, but I play 2 because.
And that's for the same reason you can just recycle it.
Yeah, you can just recycle it. Yeah. And then one of the Link 4s. I feel like Marble Rock is a little bit better, but this one has utility.
What does this one do? Because it's new, right?
Yeah, this is the new one. So what this one does is when you use the field spell, so the field spell attaches your link monsters from the graveyard up to 3, and you put them in your spell and trap zone.
Okay.
So during the battle phase, you can special summon one of the equipped link monsters to it.
Okay.
So like if your opponent's attacking you, you can use effect, bring back like Coral, and then if Coral dies, then its effect triggers, and then you can get the effect off of it. Same thing when you attack, you can special summon it, so you have like 2 monsters to attack with. It's just like kind of like for OTK and like like running over stuff that you're having like trouble with.
Okay.
That's all it really does. It just equips and it special summons whatever's equipped to it.
Okay. But you think Marble Rock is a little...
Yeah, I definitely think Marble Rock is better because it can end the battle phase and that can be really crucial. But yeah, this is pretty good in my opinion. Like I don't think it's like bad, but I think it's like playing a 1-up is pretty good.
Right.
And then just generic links. I play a Phoenix because sometimes you want to just blow up like a random back row. So that's just a 1-off. And then I play Borreload actually. I play Borreload over like Avermax or any of the other links because I like Borreload because it sometimes like you'll like randomly run against something that you can't run over, and just taking it, it's like really like big. So like I don't know, sometimes taking like a dweller against your opponent and then you stealing their dweller and using their dweller against them can be really like crucial, and like stuff like that. And I don't know, I just like Borreload a lot for this specific deck. That's why I play Borreload.
Okay.
Like you don't have a problem running over anything because your field spell most of the time makes your guys like 45k. So there's not really anything in the game that's like bigger than 45. So
yeah,
you can just run over anything. And then this guy just takes Boral Sword as well, so you can because Boral Sword doesn't die by battle. So like sometimes you can run it over with like a Marble Rock or something. So this guy just steals it instead of like trying to attack over it and putting damage on your opponent. So that's it for my links. I play some XYZs. Totally awesome. I mean, you're playing a frog deck with some Paleo traps, so you play totally awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, everybody knows what totally awesome does. I play one of the Paleozoic XYZs. This is the one that you have to use a Paleozoic trap to make it, and then you detach one of the materials to search a Paleozoic trap, and you can activate that Paleozoic trap from your hand if you control him, if he has a Paleozoic trap attached to it. And all the Paleozoic monsters, even the trap cards, are unaffected by monster effects. So if your opponent tries to Veiler this, then you just say okay,
yeah,
and then you just search either way. So that's what all the Paleozoic monsters do. And then the XYZ, this one requires 3 materials. It's really good. It's like a Regeki break. When you detach, it's a quick effect, and you can attack multiple times. It's really strong. I really like this one a lot. This is just kind of like you push for game when you make this guy. If you're making this guy, you're gonna win because you're literally just pushing for game or blowing up cards that you can get over or stuff like that.
Okay.
And that's it for all my extra decks. 15 monsters. I feel like this is pretty good. This is pretty good when it comes to like the extra deck. I don't think you really need anything else or drop anything. There might be like a flexible spot there with the Marble Rock, but this is how I like it, and it's been doing pretty well for me.
Okay, you want to show us the side deck?
Yeah, so I'll show you guys just a basic side deck. Everybody's side deck can be different. I mean, this is what I personally like for the format, the meta. But like I said, you can change it to your own personal liking depending on your locals. So we're playing a water deck, so we're playing White Howling. For anybody who doesn't know what this card do, if you control a water monster, you can banish a spell in your opponent's graveyard to negate all spells until the end of the turn. So like if you're playing a striker, you can just banish a spell, and then other spells are turned off for the rest of the turn. And all you have to do is control a water monster, which every monster in your deck is a water. So,
right.
Yeah,
sounds
it's really
pretty strong.
Yeah, it's really strong. It's just like a stun for the turn, and that's all you need sometimes, just one turn to like go off. For going second against combo decks, Invocation. This card's really good. It sucks sometimes like if they break your board because then you're under this card now, but it's really good what it does. I mean, you're only restricted to 2 summons, so if your opponent, like if you're playing a solid, like they'll end on like the link 1 and that's it, because they're a normal summon and then the link and then that's it, and then you can easily break that board. Okay. So this is for going second. 3 artifact Lancia. Like I said, this card's really good against Orchist, any Orchist combo. There's a lot of decks that just randomly banish a lot, like Invoked, Infernoids. Those decks are getting like a little bit of popularity as of late, so this card just shuts them down pretty much for the turn. It's just a way to stun them for the turn and then be able to set up your board. It can be really strong. Like I said, Orchis is one of like it's kind of difficult to play through their trap card or the field spell, their Masquerena effect. This deck kind of has a hard time playing second, so just being able to shut them off and then not let them do their whole thing can be really strong. So that's why I play Lancia in the side deck. I play 2 Inspector Borders going first. If I know you're playing like one of those decks that plays like 37 monsters and like 3 Sacrifice Light, this card's really strong. Like you just summon this card and like
you win.
Yeah, you win. So I only play 2 because I didn't want to I want to see it, but I don't want to see like multiples because then it just kind of sucks. Like draw multiples. So that's why I only play 2. I mean, it's really strong against a deck that is strong against, and it can just be game over. So only 2 Inspector Border. I play 2 Gamma Seal. It's a water. Synergizes with the deck. It synergizes with Toad. You Gamma Seal something that you can get over or something that's giving you problems, and then you can add it back with Toad because it's an aqua. So I only play 2 of them. Like I said, I don't want to see multiples. Just if I see one, that's all I really care, and that's all I want to see, just the one of. And then my last 2 cards, it's Diddy Crow. I play Diddy Crow for like a Solomon Gray match, an Orcus match. Just being able to like sometimes banish like the one Spinny, the one like Jack Jaguar, the one like Skeleton or whatever can be really strong. So that's why I play Diddy Crow, and I only play just the 2 of because I just want to see one most of the time. And that's the like the concept with like playing 2s. Like I just want to see one. I don't want to see multiples. I just want to see one. That's why I only play 2.
Right.
So that's my main deck. I'll show you guys a really quick combo so you guys can get familiar with the deck. So like if you open like Blue Tank by itself or like Cyanide Mining, it's the same thing. You go normal summon Blue Tang, activate effect to send Seahorse to the graveyard. You send Seahorse, and then you link it off into your link 1, which is Blue Slug, and then Blue Slug effect activates. So you want to go this Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2. When this card is sent to the graveyard to link for a water monster, then you can excavate the top 3 cards of your deck, and then if there's a Marincess card along them, you can add that card to your hand.
Okay.
So it's just like, you know, it can give you potential resources. Of course, the one you want to see always it's wave. So hopefully you see a wave off the top.
Right.
So you go Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2, so this doesn't get ashed. So you activate your Blue Slug. You add back your Seahorse to your hand, and then you excavate. So hopefully you hit something. Then you activate Seahorse, special summon Seahorse to zone this card points to, and then you link this guy off into your other link 1, which when it's link summon, you can search the field spell, the one of, like I said, it's kind of like the Solomon Gray Balinks. So you search the field spell, and then now you link these 2 into your Coral. Where's she at? She's right here. So you link those into Coral. Coral's effect says whenever you can special summon a monster that has 1500 attack or less into one of the links that it points to, so you can summon this guy back. You can summon literally any of these 3 cards that I just like played. So let's just like do this one. So you summon this guy, activate the field spell, and then you link off these 2 into your Marble Rock. And then you activate the field spell Chain Link 1 so it doesn't get Ghost Ogre. You activate your Marble Rock Chain Link 2 so it doesn't get Ghost Ogre. And then you activate your Coral Chain Link 3 in the graveyard. Whenever this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add a Marincess monster back from your graveyard to your hand. In this card during the main phase, you can add back a Marincess card from the graveyard to your hand. So you can add the 2 cards that you started with. So you started with this, that dumped you this. Your ending board now is these 2 in hand, Marble Rock, and the field spell, and then you have all 3 of these guys equipped to it in the spell and trap zone. And now this card is making this guy's attack 4500. So this is your ending board off of 1 card, just the one. That's just the one Blue Tang.
Right.
You're ending with a 4500 attacker that can end battle phase by discarding any Marincess card from your hand. You have a Blue Tang for follow up, and you have a Seahorse for follow up. If you had, like I said, if you drew the trap card, if you had the trap card, this is where it becomes even more like, it becomes even better. This 1 card combo just becomes like even better because the trap card now can be activated from your hand. So you can just pass turn with this, and then whenever they activate a monster effect or whatever, you can activate it, negate the monster effect, and your Marble Rock is unaffected by card effects until the end of the turn. So it becomes a tower. It cannot be removed from the field anymore. And then if they have a monster that can somehow like run over it, you just end the battle phase by discarding this. So you have follow up now. So you're gonna win after this turn's over. So this is just a 1 card combo. It's in my opinion, it's really strong for just a 1 card. It's pretty hard to break. Like I said, depending on like if you had to fill the trap card. If you drew like Swamp Rock, your ending board can be like so much better because these guys are water, so they're in your hand, and you can end with like Swamp Rock. You can end with this, 1 of these in hand, and you can end with a Toad. So not only like you have so much protection, you have so much advantage, but you also have a monster negate that will recur back your water. So it's just like a lot of advantage.
Gotcha.
So this is the deck. It's not crazy like tier 0 or anything like that. It's a little fragile, so that's why it's like I don't think it's that great, but it's really fun. It's pretty good at what it does. I've been having a lot of fun playing with the deck, so I definitely recommend it if you guys are willing to play it. And if you guys have any input on and maybe some card choices, maybe some text that you guys are trying out, you guys can let us know in the comments, and then we'll definitely like look at them.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, hopefully you guys learned a lot. If you didn't know anything about the deck, hopefully this helped you guys out. If you were considering the deck and weren't really sure, hopefully this helped you out as well. Any shout outs before we take off?
Of course, Malevolent Gaming, you know, the team, everybody in the team, we're trying to put a lot of content out. We're getting ready to go down to Pasadena for the YCS in a couple of weeks, so hopefully we'll have more content for you guys and show you guys what we play for the event, and hopefully we'll do well so we can showcase some of our stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys. Well, thanks as always for watching. Same thing I say at the end of every single video. Please share, subscribe, comment, like, all that good stuff. And until next time.
All right. See you guys.
Thanks, guys.